What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up $303 on the day. It would be closer to $1,000, but I did a swing trade short that I just don't have the patience for to hold. So I actually started the day after I covered this short. It was H&R. H&R is delisting next Monday, and they are dissolving the company, and they're doing a payout at $5.75 per share. So if you have one share, on Monday, you'll get $5.75 back for your troubles. And I went short on this because right now it's at 675, right? I actually went short at like 670 yesterday, and it makes no sense. And I just could not find the reason why it was still up. So I went short, and I don't typically like to hold short overnight. I don't like to hold anything overnight. I just don't sleep well. I'm always thinking about it. It's just not something I typically like to do. But anyway, I decided to swing it. I was like, oh, what's the worst that could happen? Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, it opened up today. It didn't move. And I'm just like, screw this thing. Just, I'll take my lump and move on. So I covered, and I covered. This is like me covering somewhere in here. I don't know. Um, I covered at 681 and 687. And yes, I know where it's at right now. But, you know, I started seeing some of the news that there will be payouts to the shareholders that had shares on Monday if the current ongoing lawsuit goes in their favor and they get cash or whatever. And people are actually buying with the anticipation that that happens. So that's why it's up a dollar, is because people think this lawsuit is going to go their way. They're going to get millions of dollars to the company, and that money is going to go to the shareholders that had shares after the company had dissolved. So I just don't want to mess with that. I still think it goes down before Monday, but again, I'm not the best swing trader in the world because I don't have the patience for it. So I covered 4,000 shares. I basically started down on the day, 650 bucks, somewhere around there. Not a good start to the day. So that leads us to our first real trade, which was IDXG. This one, I'm kicking myself a little bit because I was like, okay, I think it's going to go red to green. And this is the 1 minute chart down here. You can kind of see it. I was like, let me blow it up a little bit better so you can maybe see it. Okay, so I was like, okay, this stock is up basically 50% on news, and this news was they were their main drug is going to get covered by United nationwide. And last time I had some kind of crazy news like that, what the stock went to freaking $20. It was just a stupid move, just straight stupid move. But anyway, knowing that this is a former runner, this can move when they have drug news. I mean, look at these spikes: 20 bucks. What's the next one up here? 14.50. What's this one? 7.22. Uh, I wanted to play this. I was like, I'm gonna play this red to green. So it went red out of the open, and here we go, candle over candle for the red to green move. And that's when I should have gone long, because everybody and their brother saw the history of this stock, knows it can make big moves. And what did I do? Nothing. I didn't do anything. Kicking myself a little bit because it went from basically this $3.10 to 4.45 over the course of the day. It's whatever. I should have traded that. People in Jason Mudd Picks, one of the chat rooms that I subscribe to, a link is down in the description below. They traded that move, and man, they made a freaking killing. There's people making $6,000, $8,000 on it. It's absolutely sick. But I didn't, because I didn't take my own advice. So live and learn. I did try to trade it later on, and we will find that right here. Candle over candle, right here, is when I tried to trade it. Let's see if you can see it on the 1 minute better. We went candle over candle. Let's see, 17, somewhere in here. I was looking for the break over 380, and I went long right here. It hits 380, lots of resistance coming in, and I ended up selling. So I made 1 cent on 3,000 shares, and as soon as I sold, boom, what did it do? Dropped to 363. Tap the VWAP. See, now we have a double bottom on the VWAP here, and this is the VWAP this tealish line right here. Double tap on the VWAP, which is a bullish trend, and then we had a triple tap, and that would have been a really good thing because we're not breaking that VWAP. This is kind of a good sign. So I kind of left alone after this. You know, this is already up crazy amount already today, and it did end up just choo baby, ripping. If you don't know what's going on here, this huge drop was due to an 8K filing saying that they have some convertible warrants at $2.20, which is not what you want to hear when the stock is at 435, right? So I would have shorted it if I could, but there's just no shares available on E-Trade. And this stock is just taking a beating ever since. It'll probably head down to, 250 pretty easily, probably 240 pretty easily. But yeah, missed the big moves today on that. No big deal though. I did catch up on some winners later on. So my next trade, and this is one where I started actually making money today, was ROSG. This one was a patent play, and if you've seen my videos before, or if you've watched me on StockTwits, you see that I post about patent plays all the time whenever I see them. This one, ROSG, is a familiar stock to me. I can't remember the last time I traded it, but I have traded it, and it can make some big moves. It can get spiky, I should say. And this was patent news. E-Trade's showing there's only 154,000 shares in the float, which has got to be wrong, but it's definitely a low float for sure. So when I saw the news on it, I jumped in immediately, even though I don't like playing patent news on the long side. Patent news is patent. Who cares, right? A stock gets a patent, blah blah blah, big deal. Apple gets patents all the time. Are you going to go buy their stuff just because they get a patent? I mean, patent is nothing. It's not a moneymaker, you know. It's just saying no one else can use this idea. So anyway, they get some patent news, and immediately I knew that the noobs were going to buy this thing. So once I heard it, and this was on Trade Exchange and Benzinga, my two news sources that I use. Link is down in the description below if you want to get into those. So I went long at 30, basically 309 once I heard it, right at 10:30, and you can kind of see right here the volume coming in. This is everybody hearing that news. So 10:30 I got in, and I see it's spiking up, spiking up. See, this is not really what you want to see. If you're a long trader, you want to see it start holding these levels, but it kept spiking up, selling off, spiking up, selling off, spiking up, selling off. So when I saw that, I'm thinking, okay, the top is near, and I want to get out. So on one of these spikes, I think it was 2 minutes later, inside this spike, I got out at 312 for basically a 3-cent win. So I was watching it closely, and then I decided, okay, it's patent news. It's going to do the patented patent play, which is a pop and drop. So I decided to go short after we kind of had like a double top here. So I wanted to go candle, let me see here, 1041, so right here. So we had this pop, consolidate, move up, and we double topped. It made a new high a day, but it didn't go anywhere. All right, if you're long at this point, you want to think to yourself, okay, we didn't go anywhere. We broke high a day by 2 pennies, and we're not really moving up anymore. That's a bearish sign. So when I saw that, I was watching the 1 minute, and we made a new low, came back up real quick. This candle closed, and I went for candle under candle. We were inside this candle right here, this 1 minute candle, and once it broke, was this 317? I was going to go short. So I went short. I got filled at 316. So right as we were breaking that, boom, bottom started falling out, which was beautiful. And so I covered 1,000 shares at 310, right inside this candle. It dropped some more. I covered the next leg down at 301 for 1,000 shares, and then I was going to go for the break of $3, and I got filled at 293 down here. And then I don't know what the heck. I mean, this is why look at this. On a day where you would think, right? You would think, oh, it's patent news. This is great news for the company, right? That's what noob traders are going to think. We hit 52-week lows today. Look at this. It's at 227 right now. Now it popped up back to 242. On a day where it puts out good news, it hits 52-week lows. Why is that? Well, obviously people are shorting it, but also you got to think, sometimes companies put out fluff PR news out there just so they can sell some shares of the stock and just get some cash. Maybe they have a shelf offering or something and they just want to cash in on it. Pat news is no news. Just think of that. So I typically much prefer the short side of patent news plays than the long side. And this one definitely put me back in the green. I think I was up 300 bucks at this point. Uh, no, no, no. I was down. No, this one put me back basically down 180. So definitely a chunk out of the red today. So I was happy with it. All right, so MYSZ was my next trade. This one was a pure news play. Trade Exchange and Benzinga both alerted it. Again, link is down in the description below. If you don't have a news source and you're trying to day trade, you are completely missing out on so many plays throughout the day. You've got to have a news source. I mean, these are like day trading staples. One of them, news source. Another one, in my opinion, is being a member of chat room. You just have to have those two things. Otherwise, you're just going to get gobbled up in this gigantic sea of traders. So anyway, this is a news play. Broad Street something, I can't even remember, it's a website, puts out a buy recommendation on this stock. And both Benzinga and Trade Exchange reported at the same time. So once I heard it, and I heard the ticker, which was MYSZ, alarms started going off because I remember MYSZ making this move from like $4 to crazy $16. So I know it's a stock that can move with news or whatever. So immediately when I heard MYSZ and it was some kind of positive thing, fluff, whatever, I didn't even care. I went over here and I hit the buy button. I got it at 234 right here for 3,000 shares. I was looking for basically the break of 50 cents, and I got that. Basically 30 seconds later, I got out at 251. It went as high as 269, and then just started selling off because, whatever. It was just a fluff piece by some company. But hey, that's like, 15, 16 cents, 3,000 shares. Now I'm in the driver's seat. That's what I'm talking about. I did well. I was happy with that. I think I was up basically 300 bucks at that time. So my next trade was NURO. Again, a news play. Okay. 1137, where are you at? Okay, right. Okay, so NURO had some news out that their product is going to be available in select Bed Bath & Beyond stores. Okay. That's pretty big news for such a micro cap. I mean, this thing currently, after the positive news and up 12%, is a $5 million company. And their product is now going into Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know how many stores, the news didn't say, ironically. So regardless, I mean, if you're trying to make it in this world and your company says that their main product is going to be in Bed Bath & Beyond, that's pretty big news. So I looked at the daily chart real quick. I glanced it over and I see it can make big moves. Here's one over here from like 65 to 75. That's 10 cents. Here's one from 67 to 83. It can make moves. I don't like playing penny stocks ever, and I don't recommend them ever. But this is one that I was somewhat familiar with, and I think I've traded before. I used to be very active in pennypro.com, which is the only penny stock trading website I recommend. A link is down in the description. And I guarantee you these guys killed it today on this one too. But anyway, when I heard the news, I got in, and it was a little high. I didn't really like getting in here. I got in at basically 664, so 64 and a half cents. We had a little bit of sell-off, which I wasn't too worried about. I think my stop loss was going to be right at 60. And then the volume started coming back in, and then we started breaking some key levels. I had a high entry, so I was looking to get out with profit, and I got out at basically 60, yeah, 67, 5,000 shares. Uh, what is it? Basically 2.5 cents on 5,000 shares. So what is that? 125 bucks. Um, Again, I don't like playing penny stocks, so I'm not trying to hold this and make crazy killings, but you know, I saw on here the daily, the resistance here was at 68, so I was kind of selling as we were hitting that resistance. And I was posting on StockTwits. If you follow me on StockTwits, you would have seen that I posted this news right here, and you could have got in on this dip if you wanted to, and ride this puppy as high as you want. It went hit 73 cents today, and it's still up from where I sold it. I mean, golly, so it's doing well. What I get in here now, I don't know. I'm not a swing trader. This 68 would have to hold if you're looking to swing it. If that broke, that would probably be my stop loss. So, um, but hey, it's really good news on the company. I made $125. You know, nice, moved on. So I don't typically like to play ETFs. I usually lose money on them, and today was no exception to that. Uh, there was a Reuters report that two bombers were close to Alaska, and we actually had to scramble planes to ward them off. And it's never a good sign when Russia's testing your airspace. So I went long gold. This is gold miners, but it's the same idea. You're going long gold. When I heard that, I went long 2,000 shares at 655 basically, and you know the story came out, nothing happened. My stop loss is going to be 5 cents, and as soon as I stopped out, what happened? Boom! I got the move I was kind of looking for, but not really. I guess it kind of faded off of that. So 5 cents is all I was willing to give it. I lost 100 bucks on it, and whatever. Wasn't too happy about losing money when that kind of news was out there. It just tells you the market, I guess, needs bombs to drop in order to move. If Russia was flying in California's airspace, I guarantee the market would be tanking right now. But Alaska, oh no, nobody cares about Alaska, right? Oh, jeez. So anyway, just keep an eye on the things that are going around in the world right now: North Korea, China, Iran, um, and Russia. Those are some big headlines happening right now. And I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or not. You know, there's a lot of pot stirring going on right now, and all it takes is just one little mess up by one country that's getting a little too close to the flame, and boom, this powder keg could go off. Hopefully it doesn't. I really don't want to be in a war myself personally as a country, but if you have investments, if you're swinging anything, keep an eye on those investments as that kind of news hits, because it will tank more than likely with any kind of bad news based off of countries entering into airspace or bombs being dropped. When I don't know, you got some big guys in the room right now: U.S., China, Russia, and they don't like each other. That's never a good thing. And they're testing each other. It's never a good thing. So anyway, guys, like I said, with my losses out of the gates, I climbed back out of the hole. I'm up $303 a day. I'm going to call it there. Um, Trading for me recently has not been the greatest. I've been up $2,000, and the next day I'll be down $2,000. So it's very wishy-washy for me right now. There hasn't been anything really to sink my teeth into. So I'll take the green days when I can get them. I'm hovering around, you know, my biggest percentage gains on the year so far. I think I was up, my highest was 67% on the year, and now I'm probably around 60, somewhere in there. So I need to get back up there so where I'm pushing that percentage higher. But again, if you have any questions, I'm here to help. I know when I was a beginning trader, I wish there was someone that would take the time to answer my questions or help me out, because I lost a ton of money. I really did. And it wasn't until I really started watching patterns and how they played out. It wasn't until I got in chat rooms and watched how the professionals did it, and also started pack trading a little bit, and it wasn't until I got a news source and learned how to play the news sources did I start making money. Those are so key to what I do. If I didn't have chat rooms and if I didn't have a news source, there's no way in the world I would make money just based off of uh, charts and my little bit of scanners that I have. There's just no way. There is no way. So anyway, again, I plug it every video, I know, but the ones that I use are down in the description below. And if you're serious about day trading, I highly recommend you get in one of those or all of those or whatever, one that fits your boat, your trading style. If you have any questions on those trading rooms or news sources, ask. You can find me on Google Hangouts at stockjockat@gmail.com, or you can email me at stockjockat@gmail.com. All right, I will see you in the next video.